Hi, and welcome back to our discussion about major differences between public schooling and homeschooling. We're on part 2 of this discussion, and I would really encourage you to go watch part 1 first. I'm gonna link it here. In case you can't go watch part 1 first, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. I'm Brandy, and I'm the mom behind Aunt Bindy's bookshelf. I am a mom of 2 with years of experience both in homeschool and in the classroom. And I know a lot of parents are struggling with the decision about whether to homeschool their kids or put them in public school. I want to help. I see a lot of people giving one-sided information, and I see a lot of people speaking to things that they can't really speak to because they don't have information on it. They only know one side of the story. I am here to give you the perspective of a parent who has done both, who does both regularly. I will put chapters in the description in case you need to come back. And as always, if I don't cover something in this video or in the first video and you have questions, drop them in the comments. I will do my best to answer them accurately. All right, let's go. Psst, really do go watch the first video. It's good. Time spent. Let's be honest. There is really no need for kids to be in school 6 to 8 hours a day. Don't get me wrong, teachers are amazing. They fill that time. Kids are learning things all day long. But especially if you have kids in that pre-K to 3rd grade age range, you could homeschool them in significantly less time. Let me give you an example. To get 25 kids up from their reading activity, properly attired, lined up, and ready to go out the door is going to take you at least 5 minutes. And that's being generous. I know some teachers who are rock stars at classroom management who could do it in that time. Most take 10. Then you have to walk down the hall. You have to line up again at the gym door. You have to wait for the previous class to finish with gym. You have to head into the class, get resettled, and wait for the gym teacher to tell you what you're going to do for the day. That's at least 10 more minutes that you're not really doing anything functional. Now, take homeschool as kind of a contrast. To homeschool PE, we need to find our shoes, which granted, depending on where shoes are, that could take a minute. Find our shoes, open the door, head outside, and go play a game of tag. You're looking at maybe 5 minutes. That is a substantial difference. It's just easier to do things with 1 or 2 or even 4 or 5 kids than it is to do with a group of 25. You just have more free time, and that leaves more time for free play and play-based learning, which is so important. You can see my first video and look at the curriculum section for my thoughts on that. Classmates, we have talked about how there is inherent socialization built in public schools, and that's usually a blessing, but it comes with a downside. We don't get to control which kids are in the public school with our children. That is great in some aspects, right? It means there's probably a more diverse group. They get exposed to people and ideas that they wouldn't get exposed to otherwise. But again, it can have a downside. It can lead to bullying and even violence. My older son had a child in his 1st grade class who consistently stabbed kids with pencils. And the school was working with the parents on it, but I'm going to be honest, it wasn't really getting resolved. And there was not really anything we as parents could do about it. We had to kind of deal with it on our child's level. It wasn't really helpful. So it's kind of up to you to decide if it's worth it, if that exposure to a more diverse group of people and friends that your kids probably wouldn't have otherwise. I know our kids have friends they wouldn't have otherwise if they weren't in public school in some aspect. But you have to decide, is that worth it for the risk of bullying and violence? Because if we're being honest, it's there. Flexibility. This is the biggest difference and the takeaway I'm going to leave you with. When you choose to homeschool, you trade the status quo and kind of a one-size-fits-all approach for flexibility. You can be flexible in what you study. You can be flexible in what curriculum you use. You can be flexible in what your homeschool day looks like. You can even be flexible in where you homeschool from. I know tons of families that travel around the world and homeschool their kids as they go. But you have to trade something for that flexibility. You have to put in the work. You have to find the resources. You have to decide what you're going to do. You have to be the teacher. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide if that's worth it. If trading the status quo and that one-size-fits-all approach is worth the flexibility. And there's no right answer. It is different for every family. Whatever you choose, I want to remind you two things. One, be gentle with yourself. This is a major decision and there's no easy answer. And two, whatever you choose doesn't have to be permanent. Changing your mind is not a sin, and it doesn't mean you were wrong the first time. It just means that things have changed. Be gentle and know that it's not permanent. Whatever you choose, I am here to help. You can check out my science experiment videos, my craft videos, my teaching tools. They are all here to help you. Make sure to hit like and subscribe because I am here to be your hype man and cheerleader.